Here we go. Baby, come on in.
I had just had a child and moved to the silent living woods in North Carolina.
These are my brothers. Baby goat brothers.
As a new parent in a confusing time, my itch for some true bearing was growing. That's when a storyteller came rumbling through the town I lived in. His name? Martin Shaw. I am Bobby Bailey. I showed up to the gathering in the woods where Martin delivered old stories from stage with a drum. He is a type of storyteller that I've only come across a handful of times. Michael Meade, Robert Bly, Robin Wall Kimmerer, and of course Joseph Campbell all use stories from humanity's past as a type of medicine to the psyche. These messengers don't peddle artifacts for nostalgia or entertainment purposes, but share myth as a type of inner instruction manual for human beings.
Once upon a time, once upon a time, once upon a time.
To process and navigate the chaos, heartbreak, and ecstasy of life. After the event, I asked Martin for an interview, wanting to hear more directly about the role of myth and the earth in our lives.
Myth is a way you sing into that darkness to try and find the buried heart. An old Aboriginal idea called wildland dreaming. And that actually, when an Aboriginal teacher looks at modernity, when they look at us in the West, do you know what they say? They say, your society is only 3 days deep. And you say, what the hell does that mean? What it means is 3 days out in the bush, all of this paraphernalia you have put on you gets cracked open, 3 days deep. On the fourth day, there is the possibility you can move into a moment where you don't dream anymore. There's no ambition left, there's no hubris left, there's not much ego left, and it's in that sweet spot that you may get dreamt by the land itself. And that was the moment that myths used to move into the songlines of human beings.
That initial video was shared over 10,000 times. Martin and I wanted to do more. So a year later, Martin came to the land I call home.
Yo ho, come sail with me.
He spent 3 days teaching us how to listen and commune with our soul through the medium in which us humans live. Stories.
Inside you, inside you, inside you, there is a great kingdom. When you come out of a deep story, you feel like you've really been somewhere because your own imagination has done so much work itself. But they say and say truly, she entered the forest at the darkest part where there is no path. Because as Antonio Machado the poet says, we make the road by walking it. She left everything that was familiar. She'd always been around her parents. She'd always been around that little village. She left it all. These stories that I tell are little bits of plum cake through the forest of our times, and they can lead somewhere absolutely magnificent, but we have to bend our head to see the things. All these characters are about deep unions of the soul.
Martin sparked simple and profound ways for us to nurture, restore, and re-story our connection with the earth itself.
The world seeks to be admired by you. From this moment onwards, once a week, every week, for the rest of your life, find something in the living world that has claimed you and give it 12 secret names. Right, enough.
Those 3 days is this Storyteller Course, packaged with 16 chapters broken up into interviews and teachings, workshops and stories from stage. There's a remembering going on, just in the right time, to get us where we're going together. Welcome to Mystery School.
what you have now is the beginnings of all the big stories that are tied up with yours.